And sometimes, even though our children did no wrong, sometimes they have to bear some of the things that we did, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's still in the DNA.
Yeah.
So even though we are anointed of God, we are called of God, I'm saying this to say, don't get upset if you got to go through something.
All right.
A lot of people quit church because they go through something. You quit God because something didn't work out right for you. You quit God because you didn't get the promotion. You quit God because your husband left you. I can preach that because I'm a recovering addict. Some stuff you can't preach about until you recover, until you become an overcomer. God says today, stop letting the devil take your testimony and beat you over the head with it. He has called you for such a time as this.
Yes.
Judah came from a line of tricksters. So in the situation that occurred in Genesis 38, he left from his area where his fathers and his brothers were, and he went to a new area, and he hooked up with a Canaanite woman, and he married her. He married her, and they had 3 sons together. The oldest son named and if you look up, some translations translate the name as being wild, E-R, or being a wild watcher. But his history is that he was wicked in the eyesight of the Lord. He was disobedient. He did not do what God had told him to do. So he was the son of a founding father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but he found himself being bad. He found himself walking away from the things that he knew that God called him to do. So the Lord, the scripture says, caused him to die. He died. But when he died, he had a wife by the name of Tamar. Somebody say Tamar. Not Tamar Braxton, but Tamar. In the Bible. Tamar's name means a date or palm or palm tree. It's translated in Hebrew as a palm tree. And so palms are synonymous with peace. And God showed me that Tamar was a woman of peace. She was a woman of purity, and she was a woman of honor, but who had been drawn and connected to people who had dishonor in their bloodline. God showed me that sometimes we can have good intentions. Sometimes we can know the right things to do. But somewhere along the line, we hook up with some bad seed. We hook up with something that's not going to prosper us. But watch this. When you are in the hands of the Lord, it doesn't matter who you hook up with. God says that my eyes are all around you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You may hook up to something negative, but if you remain and keep who you are in me, I will still protect you, even in the midst of wolves. Somebody say that wolves are around me, but because I know who created me, the wolves cannot have my destiny, because restitution is going to be paid to me. I'm amongst the wolves, but I'm protected. So Tamar hooked up, and she married but they had no children. And when I was researching in one theology, in one book, it said that before they could even sleep together, he died. And somebody shout with me, seed is everything.
Seed is everything.
They were not able to consummate and create seed for the next generation. He died. So it was Judah's responsibility for the next son, Onan, to be able to step into position now and marry Tamar and produce. But the text said that Onan was wicked too. He said, I'm not going to fulfill what I'm supposed to fulfill because it's going to give somebody else glory.
All right. Well,
God said many people in the church, in ministry, they won't get with the program because somebody else might get some glory. Okay, let me talk about your job. Somebody will help you on the project at the job because you might get the promotion before they do. God says today, He is the author and the finisher of our faith. He holds the promotion Onan.
Amen.
He said, I'm not going to do it. But the Lord said, do it. The man of the house, Judah, said, do it.
Yeah. He said, do it.
But Onan said, I'm not going to do it. And there are speculation about why he did not do it. But this text does not go into why he didn't do it. The fact just remains that he decided to be disobedient. And disobedience caused him death.
Yeah.
And watch this. And his story and his generation was ended. Somebody shout, no legacy.
No legacy.
In scripture time, you were nothing if you had no legacy.
Well.
So had no seed. Onan had no seed. So now you have Judah. He comes and he says, two of my sons, they dead. They're gone. And Tamar is looking in and he says, I got one more son, Shelah. But he's too young, Tamar, for you to marry. So Judah, still having trickery in his bloodline, he said, go back to your daddy's house. Go back to your daddy's house and be a widow over there. So imagine Tamar, step outside of yourself, and imagine Tamar says, I was married once and he's gone. I was married twice and he dead too. God, what about me? God says today, I need to preach to some people that say, God, what about me? It looks like I'm losing, God. It looks like I ain't never going to have nothing. God, it looks like it's never going to be my time. God, it looks like I'm never going to have a seed. God, it looks like I'm never going to get a house. God, it looks like my business ain't going to never get off the ground. God, it looks like I'm never going to get married again. God, it looks like I'm never going to have no peace. God, it looks like I'm never going to have no joy. God, it looks like my children always going to be crazy. It looks like, God, I can't ever win. But God says, if you just wait a minute, if you just be patient, I'm working something. Tell your neighbor that God is working something on your behalf. God said, I'll use the foolish thing to confound the wise. I'm working something on your behalf. I'm working something, Josie, just for you. I'm working on something just for Matthew. I'm working on something just for McGee. I'm working on something. Yes, I'm hurt right now. It feels like I'm losing. I can't ever win. I want a job so bad. But God says, it's not time. You better shout and thank God for the timing of God. God says today, I'm working something. Restitution is coming to your house. Tamar, she packed up her stuff. And that's why I love to tell people, don't just start talking about people when you see the beginning of their story. Stay tuned to the end.
Yeah.
You might catch them on intermission. You might catch them when they've been abused and down and they about to lose their job. But when you are a person of God and a person of faith,
Yeah.
even when you lose it.
Yeah. Talk to them.
So Tamar, she packed up her stuff and she had to put on widow's clothes.
Yeah.
The story doesn't record whether she asked to put on widow's clothes. But they said, I got a son, but you can't have it right now. So go back to the place where you came from. I can imagine if we look at Tamar. She picked up her stuff and she put on widowhood. How many of us has put on stuff that other people told us to put on?
Well.
Somebody has spoken a word over you that you are widowed, you want to die. They put a word over you. They said your children acting a fool. You ain't going to never have nothing. They put a word over you. And watch this. Tamar had to walk out a word that she never claimed for herself. She had to walk in widowhood. I'm losing. I done lost something because I looked at the text and she didn't volunteer to become a widow because she rightfully was supposed to be with the son. But Judah said, no, it's not time. And he spoke a word over her and said, go put on your widow's clothes and go back where you came from. Today I'm preaching to some Tamars that people have put you on the backside of the desert. They have sent you away with your words. They have sent you away with promises that are unfulfilled. They have sent you away being denied of some stuff.